Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1154 of FloWrestling Radio, live from Austin, Texas. I'm your host, Christian Piles. This show and all the shows presented to you by Nike Wrestling. Head to athleteps.com. I always say right now, but maybe not necessarily right now. You could be driving. We don't know what you're doing, and we want you really locked in on this show. To my right, filling in for JD Raider, who we do believe made it safely to Bulgaria. David Bray, hello.
Hey, and you know what I would do?
What would you do?
I'd go to Athlete PS, bookmark it, then go back later.
Okay.
Add it to your favorites.
Add it to your favorites.
Smart.
To the left, Andrew Spay. He's got his Thursday special Hawaiian shirt on and his work shoes.
Aloha.
Real lunch pail guy. Look at those Nike shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're called, but they're like...
I don't know either. This is like the nicest...
Aren't those some dunks? Is that something?
Low-rise dunks.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've had like just like a walking type shoe, you know?
Yeah, you're...
Not just like a trainer sneaker.
You're always training.
I'm constantly, looking for the next challenge.
You stay on the trails. And to the left, our favorite side piece, Jonathan Kozak, JK. What's up, buddy?
Not much. Doing good.
Okay, good.
Ready to go. Yeah.
Awesome. Nice computer.
Thank you.
Yeah. So he can send right now. Kozak's in a powerful position. He gets my computer every show, and he could tweet all kinds of audacious things.
Yep.
So if I ever get hacked, you know how all those people they tweet things they actually mean, and then they just tweet hacked
Oh, right.
as a lie, as a classic lie.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, I was
got
hacked.
That's why I said the thing that you're all mad at me about that I probably didn't want to do, but I still meant.
Yeah, I still meant it for
I'm
sure.
just waiting for the right moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's biding his time. Biding his time. Okay. Well, Spay, you're running the show in JD's absence.
That's right. I control the flow of this Flow Wrestling Radio Live.
When the cat's away, the Spay will play.
Oh, let's go. All right. Well, you know what? I think we should turn it back over to John to start talking about 65 kilos. We're talking world championships. They're going to be here before we know it.
They are. You know, one thing about that, Kozak's kind of freaked me out on the last episode. Maybe
Talking about these good foreigners.
Yeah, all these good foreigners just coming out of nowhere. This Yesen Geli guy from Kazakhstan, worried about him at 61. And then I post about him, and Roman Bravo Young puts in the comment, hey, this guy, he's like, it's crazy. This dude was just working in Texas and then decided to get back into wrestling.
He's a Texan.
Well, he was. And then, so then I'm like, this is insane. And then I follow this guy on Instagram, and he's been training at Oklahoma State some. And then I'm like, you know what? I'll DM this guy. These foreigners, they kind of always will get back with you. They love it.
They love the gram.
And so I was like, hey, yeah, I cover wrestling. Roman said you lived in Texas. Tell me more about it. Hope to see you in the World Championships. He goes, yes, it's great. I was working in Texas and thought I would quit wrestling. But while working there, I really missed wrestling. I was working and training at the same time. Then I met Roman. He invited me to Oklahoma. We had a great training together. And then I went back to Kazakhstan. And then like the smiling sweat emoji. I have a job in Texas starting at 6 a.m. So I wake up early and work out at 5 a.m. to stay in shape. I said, wow, this is incredible. So,
Is there any chance he works here at Flow Sports?
We just never noticed.
dude, that'd be crazy. He's like, yeah, just, I'm in the finance department. No, I don't think he works here at Flow, but that would be funny.
There he is.
So, yeah.
How do you say his first name? Did you get to the bottom of that?
No, but I had a guess on the pronunciation when I looked, but I have to see it.
Starts off with a dirty.
Asselzon.
Yeah.
David.
Pardon me?
I mean, it's... What? How would you pronounce it?
I mean, not like
I'm not
that.
making a joke of it.
We're going to have to bleep that.
Yeah, this is,
There it is.
yeah.
That gets caught up in the auto censoring.
Yeah.
It's just Zilzon now.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay.
Just gonna call him Zon.
Zon, yes, and Gelly. Anyways, so this is the part of the show where Kozak freaks us out about how good the world is, and then I get less bullish on Team USA's. But then I come back around. I'm like, I'm not worried about this.
Then your red, white, and blue blood says,
Yeah,
I can't.
What am I thinking? What am I even talking about right now? So let's go 65, Kozak. Hit us.
Yeah, I think, part of it is it's my job just to make things realistic. We want realistic expectations, because if things go bad in Croatia, we don't want to be too disappointed. We don't want to be too sad. We want to be nice and leveled.
There's a time for sad boy hours, but we still want to then not freak out.
Here's the thing, Kozak. No amount of preparation or, doomsday prognostication can make me anything but an absolute case if things don't go well in Croatia.
Yeah.
I am going to freak out. It's going to be really bad. So
Well, and the unique thing this year too is we're going to be on the call for the matches,
yeah.
and so you're
openly
gonna,
weeping.
You're going to be able to tell whether or not Christian's sad, just because you're going to be able to hear his voice.
No, I'll be a professional in that case. But then afterwards, all bets are off.
Okay, all bets are off after. Okay, so I got clips of these guys, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce them, and then I'm going to have you guys talk a little bit about them so that I have time to pull up the clips.
Okay.
Does that sound like a good plan?
That sounds good.
So, and then you can also agree or disagree whether you think this guy is a favorite or a contender, or I have him in the right area. So I don't have the preview up yet for 65. It should be coming out later today. But I think there's two gold medal favorites, and I think it's Kayuka and Amuzad. We've seen both of them win gold before. Kayuka at Olympics, Amuzad at Worlds. Do you,
John, I'm going to go
agree?
ahead and agree with you.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So it's interesting because going into the Olympics, we sort of identify Kyuka as a kind of a newcomer that could maybe make some noise, make a run, as in win a match or two. Like, whereas that's really hard at the Olympics because everyone there is good. The level's so high. And then he makes the finals where everyone, I would say, in the world thought it was a coronation for Amuzad. It was over. Amuzad looked like the best wrestler in the world, any weight, at this tournament. It was just unbelievable how dominant he was to that final.
Last year, or last episode, we talked about who had the craziest runs, and we brought up Saslan Romanov in 2016, and that's what everybody was reminded of when Amuzad was just smashing dudes up until the finals.
Absolutely. And then it all fell apart for Amuzad in a way. I'm still trying to understand what happened. He gave up a takedown and 4 laces and lost 10-3. Was not a competitive match, and really changed things. So I agree that they're the two best guys. I'm going to have a hard time not picking Amuzad, despite what I saw with him and Kyuka, and despite Iran's struggles to seal the deal in matches they're favored to win. I still feel like Amuzad is probably the better wrestler, but he wasn't when it mattered.
Inside all of us, there are two Amuzads. the one that, the day one at the Olympics was just untouchable. And then look what happened.
Well, and then so you start speculating and wondering, and I have certainly no inside knowledge, as no one said anything, but a lot of the discussion then was the weight cut a lot. He is a big dude. He's got a huge frame, so no waist, but long arms and long legs, and he uses that to his advantage. And was the second day too much, having to cut weight and weigh in 2 days in a row? That's the only time you do it in a lot of freestyle season, and a lot of times you have allowances for the ranking series, etc. So was that a factor? Who's to say? I don't know if we'll ever know. I don't think Amuzad's going to come out and make a statement and say, yeah, that cut was too much. But if he moves up a weight class, that'll be some strong evidence if he moves up anytime soon that 65 was just 2 days in a row too much for him.
So the deal with Kyuka, good leg attacks. He can finish. He's kind of like Takatani with his low single. He gets the low level and he kind of hides the foot in the armpit, and he's really proficient finisher. Head in the hole, leg lace. What stood out the most in his match with Amuzad, that match went the distance, and Amuzad, count the number of times he even gets to his underhook. I don't understand how he was able to shut it down. Burroughs, Jordan's on the broadcast, he's just kind of hiding his, kept his elbow away, but it didn't look like anything. And there's levels to analysis that I can't bring, but I didn't really understand what he was doing. Yeah, he just fell over.
He was I quit. Bye.
Classic international quit. But anyways, I don't know what he did to shut down the underhook, but I'm dubious if it's replicable.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question about the head and the whole leg lace? It's catching fire right now. It's all the rage. Is part of the reason that it's making a comeback right now because it's maybe more likely you can go both directions with it? Is that something you guys are observing?
I didn't think about that, but that's an interesting.
Seems like normally when you lock up the traditional leg lace, you're going one way with it. But you're watching Kyuka and other guys, they can go both ways with that move, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe more than anything, it's just that it's kind of an undeniable way to bring the leg. You can't butt back or do the traditional leg lace defense.
Yeah.
To do it, I think it's maybe more more that you can get the ankles together. But I don't know.
I'm not the technician, but that's what I always kind of assumed. It was like, what's the defense? So you keep your knees super far apart and you don't let the legs or the ankles get crossed. But it's like, well, okay, I don't need to for this move.
Yes.
And when the Japanese guys on Twitter were talking about it, the team members, I was like, I wonder what they call this move. And it's a wrinkle hold.
Ooh.
And I'm not. There may be the full explanation may not be suitable for work. I'm just saying.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I feel like you started talking about Amuzad, and he is, in some ways, a wrestler that's easy to game plan for, but also like really challenging because who's going to have an underhook like him? Who's going to have the skills that he does have? Because they are like very specific to him. And Nikki, you can pull this highlight of Amuzad in whenever you're ready. But he also is like, if you can shut down his underhook, that's kind of what he's got. So much of his stuff comes from underhook, a little bit from like front head, but it's just like his pressure. But once he gets on top, he doesn't have any parterre offense. He just kind of sits there and almost catches his breath for like 10 seconds. He's very one-dimensional in a lot of his attacks, and his game is so much centered around his pressure. If he can break you, if he can get to his underhook. But if he can't, it's like, well, then that's what's he gonna do?
The only person that I think you could enter into, and maybe it's a stretch, but I think Sebastian having just such a close match with Kyuka. But then again, that's not uncommon, right? Like Kyuka over the last year leading up to the Olympics had close matches. He lost to Haji Aliyev, so I don't know. But really, I think as you look at 65, it's like who could challenge Amuzad? And it's hard to point to anyone other than Kyuka. That takedown of Real Woods is probably the takedown of the year in my mind, just in terms of insanity. He did it twice.
Yeah, that was different. It looked like a replay.
It's like the exact same thing. And, Real, I kind of talk about his like freak physical attributes, and to see him just
get bounced. Yeah.
Yikes.
No, that's like a demoralizing move type of thing. But Real will bounce back.
Of course.
In my opinion.
Of course. He's getting better every time out.
And Real, he got the first takedown in that match.
Leading at the break,
but really couldn't. That's a tough matchup for Real because we've seen him kind of fade as matches go on, and Amuzad's not a guy you want to fade against.
Yeah, I feel like he's got to get up like 6 points to hold on there.
Yeah. So then I feel like the next group of wrestlers in this bracket after Kyuka and Amuzad, and I have the World Championship rankings. There's Sujit from India. There's Dudayev from Albania by Russia. There's this Sharip Ulu from Kyrgyzstan, Ibrahimov from Russia, and then Sebastian Rivera and Kujiev kind of round out like the next tier. It's a large tier of contenders at 65, and kind of shows you the depth of the weight.
This doesn't feel like the deepest 65 we've seen in the last couple of years. I feel like it's lacking a little bit, which, not a bad thing. It's not, there's a lot of good guys, but I just feel like in previous years, there was just like, man, so, I mean, even 23, you had, was Odaguru there? Musakayev was like height of his powers. Amuzad was there. Mamadov. Felt like 4 or 5 guys could win that weight.
Yeah, and Musakayev, he could be back. He's been wrestling 70 kilograms, but he's so small. I think he's gonna drop back down.
Yeah.
And if he does, that'll tell us maybe that he's serious.
He's locked
in a little bit.
Yeah. Would love to see that.
It does feel like it's one of those years we've discussed where like COVID, because so many guys were like, all right, well, the Olympics got pushed a year and now I'm, back in, and like the next Olympics is now that much closer that they're going to keep going. So like the 19 to 24 span, it was like a super Olympic cycle, and it was a lot of the same guys, a lot of the same people. And now you didn't get that turnover like you did in 17 and 13 and after Olympics, normally 09. And so like in 13, was it Safarian of Armenia?
Oh my gosh.
165, which is, still always deep, always crazy things happen. But it was like he got it at the right year, the right tournament, and then
Did
you
nothing.
didn't really hear from Safarian ever again. And I'm not saying we're going to get a dark horse like that to win. I'm just saying this feels like now a bit more of a turnover of guys. You still got Kiyuka and Amuzad coming back, but otherwise some new names, some new possibilities.
Yeah, I forgot about Safarian.
He's like the classic case of like, this guy? What? No offense, David Safarian, but
No. Yeah. Okay, keep going, Kozak.
Yeah, here's Sujit, and he's a guy. He's big for the weight. He reminds me a little bit of Amuzad, the way he wrestles. He beat Yanni a couple years ago, I think 2022, Yanni, and really good pressure. He can wrestle hard for 6 minutes, and he can scramble through positions pretty well too. Taller, bigger for the weight. He's been wrestling up at 70 kilograms. He just had a really good ranking series tournament where he beat Dudayev. He beat somebody else good there as well. So Sujit, a guy, I think he had, was it like a 2-2 match with Zane Rutherford at the Olympic qualifier.
Oh wow.
So he's a guy. Maybe not a ton of Americans know about him yet, but he could definitely make some noise at Worlds in this bracket. Just good in a lot of positions, and he's dangerous for sure.
yeah, I mean, it's because you're bringing in highlights, but you just see how fast all these guys finish and how they never stop working once they get in positions. And obviously, when they don't get the takedown, you're not going to use that as a highlight. But guys like that look real scary when you put them all together like that.
Yes.
Especially when he's scoring from his attacks and also the counters. Some guys kind of rely on one or the other, but he can do both.
So as far as tiering this out, John, you got Kiyuka, Amuzad are the favorites.
I would say so. I think,
And then the second level I'm interested in.
yeah, it's that second level is the big group, right? It's Sujit, it's Dudayev, it's Ibrahimov, Sebastian Rivera, Kujiev,
Keep going.
Musakayev,
Keep going.
Real Woods.
There we go.
Yeah, Real Woods is. I mean, if you put usually when I write these previews, there's a section for sleepers and landmines. I'd put Real Woods in like that landmine category because I haven't seen him really do. He's only wrestled for a year on the senior level, so he hasn't really had the opportunity to do much. He took bronze at a ranking series where he lost to Amuzad, but aside from that, like, man, how is he going to match up against someone like Dudayev or against someone like Sujit, or if Musakayev's in the bracket, what's he going to look like against Musakayev? But I think you've kind of said it from the beginning, like Real Woods is the athlete that we need at 65. Just some of the things that he can do, he's really special.
Yep. So, I mean, the variance with Real, I think, is he could not win a match. That's, that could happen. A lot of these guys are good, more experience. You only get one match. There's only one. There's no 2 out of 3. But I think he can absolutely go on a run and medal. I like that he's an unknown commodity largely in international wrestling. No one's really felt him apart from Amuzad. I'm not sure who else in the field he's even faced. Whoa. One of our lights just went out, Nikki. I don't know if this is part of your typical sabotage, but look how dark. Dave Bray's already wearing all black, and now his light.
Now it's just like I'm hiding over here.
Yeah, now he's just playing hide and go seek.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff Nikki does. Ever since he's not been regular,
Ever since Donk Toss.
Ever since Donk Toss, he's like, oh, I'm way too big for this now.
Wow, Bray got cut off. No more Bray.
He's
no
probably
more
on a
Bray.
donk call right now. Not even pretty.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I do want to show you guys Ibrahimov. He's Russia's rep this year.
Okay.
And he's been a guy the last few years. He's been top 2, top 3, but like been behind Mamedov. I forget who else he's lost to at like a Russian nationals.
Is Shirayev or something?
But there's glimpses of him where you're like, oh, this could be the guy. So I'm gonna run some of his tape here, Nikki, if you want to.
I'll be the judge of
You
that.
want to pull in this this highlight here of Ibrahimov. Kind of classic Russian style, very solid, but he's also really tricky to finish on. And you can tell he's a really good athlete. I would say maybe the downside or his weakness, sometimes he'll just shut it down a little too early and doesn't score the points that he needs to. But he's got a really good gut wrench on top as well, which I think that can, anytime you look at parterre offense, and if you have a good gut wrench or a good leg lace, that can really be a separator.
Yeah. That's one of Sebastian Rivera's big differentiators. Great gut and lace.
Yeah. I got some Sebastian Rivera clips that I want to pull in later. But Seabass is a guy that he's never out of a match.
No.
Never says quit. And yeah, he can really break some guys on the international level.
Quit's not even in his vocabulary.
Yeah.
This guy looks good.
Wrestler's so nice they named him twice.
What about Mamedov? Is he transferring?
Yeah, he's kind of been MIA since the Olympics last year.
Where he was also MIA.
Well, yeah, because
they MIA'd him.
Yeah, he wanted to wrestle, and
he said he was.
He said he was going to wrestle, and then very late injury. So the rumor for Mamedov is that he might be transferring to, I think, Uzbekistan.
Okay, that's a common landing spot. Oh, the lights are back on Bray.
Let's go.
Thank you, Greg.
Wow, all lit up.
Cleaning up Nikki's mess.
Feeling good. I am best when the lights are the brightest.
That's right. Yeah. You're this show's Jay Jaggers.
That's right.
Okay. Well, he's good. All right.
Yeah, he.
You think he could potentially win?
Yeah, he could win.
He could be the guy that.
Yeah,
he's your number one candidate to break into that top two.
Yeah, I just don't trust him that much. But
not after what he did.
No, after what he's done. No, he beat Abasgadze Magomedov in the finals of Russian Nationals. He has all the tools, just kind of has to put it together. But sometimes, yeah, like I said, sometimes relies too much on his defense and doesn't score enough. I guess.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. A lot of Russians do that. It's somebody in the message boards a long time ago called it the pylon style, where they're just like, I'm in a stance and that's it, and you're not doing anything, and then they look for counters and they win ugly. But it's a strategy.
Yeah, and here's some Sebastian Rivera clips that I'm going to bring in now, or Nikki's going to bring in. But Seabass has been a guy where, like, he's been, I don't know if you can see the score. He's down 9-1 in this match with, just over 3 minutes to go. And he comes back. I think he wins like 14-9.
This isn't Worlds, is it?
Yeah, this is Worlds.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
We were so there.
Yeah. And so later on, you'll see he's down against Tavanian like 6-0 in the World Semis, and he comes back and he wins big.
That match,
or he wins
so
last
crazy.
Second. He gets like a leg lace right at the last second. But yeah, Sebastian Rivera, he gave Kyuka's closest match at the Olympics. Was that a quarterfinal or semifinal?
Kyuka on skates like crazy at the end of the match. Like, probably should have been cautioned.
Yeah, it depends on who's making those calls, but they've called for less.
So way less. Ask Valiev.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, he's a great athlete. He can attack both sides really well. He feels like a guy, when he needs a takedown, he can just generate. He can fire from space. He doesn't have to have like a super sophisticated or physical setup. He can just get to the legs and finish really well. And when he finishes the dual threat, kind of like Spencer, like lace or gut, normally international guys, if they have one, it's just one. And he really does have two. And he can really, I mean, watch I think the Kyuka, I can't remember. It's either against Ochir in the bronze match or Kyuka. Just some amazing leg defense on display by Sebastian. Now, he gives points up, but he can also get out of some real jams. And so, excited to see what he can do in Croatia.
He's one of those guys, as a fan, you have to learn the lesson with certain guys. Just don't look away. Because normally it's like you got all four mats up, and okay, this guy's down 9-1. All right, I'm going to shift my focus to these other mats. You can't do it. You can't take your attention off Sebastian Rivera because, down 7-1. That's just getting started. That's just where it gets good.
and this may not be the answer to that question, but when you talk about some of the best guys to never win a title, he kind of comes to mind for me.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at his wins, Roman dominated, beat Seth Gross, beat Spencer Lee multiple times. Certainly other guys. It's not an exhaustive list. Maybe a veto win in there. And then what he's gone on to do internationally, a world finalist, Olympic bronze medalist. Of course, he was a 2020 victim. He would have been the 1 seed at NCAAs, or he was.
That weight,
It was so fun.
that was going to be awesome.
Yeah, Seth, Roman, and Sebastian Rivera.
And I'll be honest. I was skeptical that 65 was going to be the right weight class for him internationally at first, but he's proven that it's great for him. That he keeps all the explosiveness. He's got plenty of strength. He's got the obviously the endurance. The gas tank is one of his strengths now. So yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Shout out Seabass.
Yeah, New Jersey.
I would love it. It would stink if it happens in some ways, but if Real and Sebastian wrestle, that would be an awesome match.
Let's just do it for gold.
Let's just do it for gold.
Yeah, make it so.
Yeah. Sweet.
Any other dark horses before we get to all the Americans?
Well, the guy from Kyrgyzstan, Sherip Ulu, he beat Ibrahimov at one of the ranking series tournaments
This year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of like it reinforces my point about like how I don't really trust Ibrahimov because I don't think this guy is as good as him. But he's tricky. I'll pull in some highlights here in a second. He's got some other really solid wins as well. But
So if you're unfamiliar, just know there's a new sheriff in town.
yeah,
That got it.
yep, yeah. So yeah, here he is.
I can't wait for him to win, and then you can run that banner.
Yeah.
Oh man.
New sheriff
have a-
sheriff at 65.
I have a little treat at the end. He wrestled Grigor Shalakian a couple of years ago at the Journeyman, one of the Journeyman
Oh,
tournaments.
did he? Well, we don't have to wait that long. It's a 2.5 minute video.
No, you gotta wait that long.
No, I don't think we have to
you
wait
get
that
to,
long.
you get to wait.
We get the idea.
It is,
Good tease, John, bringing in the Journeyman World Classic because we'll.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about
We got
Journey.
more
This will be a
Journeyman talk.
seamless transition here once we get to the end of this clip.
What are his credentials?
I think he's age level world medalist.
Okay.
U23 worlds. So younger, right? Still kind of just hitting his prime. But here, I'll fast forward to not make you wait too long.
Thanks, dude.
You did share us with all these videos,
here
all
he
these
is.
assets, so we can
All
go
right,
back
so
and watch them on our own.
he had wrestled 132 or 138, and then he wrestled Grigor Shalakian up at like 153 here. And he's winning, and then Grigor, boom, all right, takes him over. And
Oh, he pin slays him?
yeah, he pins him.
Gregor's got that power.
Oh wow.
So he's lucky that Grigor.
Oh, Greg
Did you see
gave him the
little-
double
little
tap.
Yeah, we'll rewind that for
Dang
those
it.
who missed it.
Shalakian didn't have to do him like that.
Yeah, little double chest tap here. Here you go,
Up, up.
buddy.
Wow.
Oh, so gentle.
Dang.
Yeah,
Good game. Wow.
All
Shalakian.
right.
Stanford next year.
Well, and
Yeah, squad.
speaking of Stanford and Journey, do we have any more 65?
there's a bunch
Put a
more.
bow on it, Kozak.
Yeah, I think.
However
Predict the
you like.
winner now, and if you're wrong, we'll save this clip.
Yeah,
We'll
the
dunk on
winner, man. I'll go with Ibrahimov. I'm gonna have him prove me wrong, and yeah, I think he's good enough to win. I think Kyuka is also a guy where I think he reached his peak at the Olympics, and we saw him lose to an old Haji Aliyev. He got pinned by a wrestler from Egypt before, so for him to repeat, I think would be really impressive.
What has he done since the Olympics?
He hasn't wrestled much. He lost to Naichin Kular. It was like up at 72 kilograms. Kular is going to be back at 65 too. So I just don't think, I don't know. I don't think Kyuk is going to do it again. Amuzad, I don't trust him enough on a 2-day weigh-in.
What do we know about 65 kilograms?
It's really hard to repeat.
It hasn't been repeated since there was an Iranian in like, I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen.
5 and 4 and 5. I don't even remember. But a long time ago.
So yeah, give me Ibrahimov.
Yeah.
All right. Ibrahimov. Well, you mentioned Gregor Chalakian earlier, and he wrestles for Stanford. And Stanford is going to be back at the Journeyman Collegiate National Duels. And you'll be able to watch the Journeyman Collegiate National Duels live on FloWrestling.
Let's go. Our schedule is going to be absolutely insane this year. Kozak's going to pull in the particulars of that event.
I can tell you the schools that'll all be participating.
Yeah, we don't know who's wrestling who, or we do.
We do. I don't know if it's been fully announced. Like, I've seen the graphic, but the graphic is not out. So it's going to be like it's been in the past. It's back in Nashville in a very nice. It's like a high school, but it looks like might as well be a college. Very nice venue.
The Blair of Nashville, they're called.
Pretty much, yeah.
We'll call it that.
The Blair of Nashville, and the teams are going to be in pods. So there'll be 3 teams that all wrestle each other on day 1, and day 2 there will be 6 teams that'll kind of all round robin almost each other. But Penn State, Ohio State, Iowa State, Cornell, Lehigh, Illinois, who's got Bird and Luffman back. Good. Stanford, North Dakota State, and Little Rock. So all tough squads, all guys that have All-Americans, I think.
Where's this graphic at?
He doesn't know.
It's not
public.
It's not public.
Spade's got a private stash of graphics.
Yeah.
I'm going through back channels to get.
Was that in our Slack? Am I allowed to bring it up or no?
I don't want to go to jail.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be up soon. The Journeyman, I'm sure, will put them up. Frank Popolizio put together another awesome slate of, because that's not the only thing that's going to be going on. You mentioned the World Classic, which happens every year. That's coming back. That's been on Flow for over a decade now, I think. There's some awesome stuff in the matches in those archives. But it starts with the Fall Classic. That's in early October.
4th, I think.
The 5th and the 6th.
Okay, wrong.
And it might have been the 4th last year.
Yeah.
And that will be, and now we can seg into afterwards because the weekend after that is going to be who's number 1. Mm-hmm. And we'll go over to the Bray Man to talk about that. But then the college slate starts with Journeyman. These are all live on Flow. Wranglemania and the Collegiate Classic are going to be back in Liberty, which is right outside Bethlehem in the Lehigh Valley in a couple high schools. Stay tuned for the teams that'll be in there. There's a few schedules that have been released that'll be on there, but we'll get the full thing out there. And then there's like 3 different dual one-off dates, which all have great names. Are you ready for the names of these events?
I love it.
First is the Uncivil War.
Okay.
And that's going to have Iowa, and they're going to wrestle Utah Valley and Chattanooga.
Sick.
Live on Flow. There's the Jostle, which used to be the Jersey Jostle, but now it's going to be in North Carolina. NC State, Rutgers, Morgan State, and Davidson, I think, are the other ones that'll be there. But NC State and Rutgers should wrestle. That'll be an awesome one. And then there's Hustle in the Heartland, and that's going to be Nebraska, Missouri, LIU, and Brown.
Heck yeah.
And those are all in the first week and a half of December.
And all these graphics are in your private graphics.
I'm not sharing my graphics until the time is right.
Oh, man.
So you just have to listen to his talk. And then the Armbar and the Dame of Thrones, which is a women's event or high school girls event.
You don't say.
The Armbar will have at least... Lockhaven has their schedule out, and they're going to be at the Armbar, and they have Princeton and Binghamton on their docket. I think there's going to be more. It's in an armory, which is like it's like a 100-year-old building in Albany. It's a pretty cool venue.
Sweet.
So that's the rundown of the Journeyman. It's like, think of all the schools that we read there. It's including Iowa, Penn State, Ohio State, Cornell,
Nebraska,
Missouri.
Iowa State,
Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't want to leave anybody out. NC State, everybody I just said, but it's like, these are the Blue Bloods, and then these are all the up-and-coming teams, and Frank Pop should be commended for getting them all to wrestle on these events.
Yeah.
It's a great time to have an annual membership.
It really is. Yeah. We haven't even announced the full slate for our college, so that's coming soon.
No,
it's by far. And if the listeners of this show, this is kind of a preaching to the choir. You already know.
You already know.
You need an annual subscription, but you should tell your other wrestling friends. It's a good value. Now's a good time because you get the World Championships, and you get the entire college slate. You'll get Final X next year. You'll get Fargo next year. Right now is really the sweet spot to join, become an annual subscriber to Flow. So please do that.
Yeah, and think about, you can go month to month, which is what a lot of people said they wanted. A lot of people are doing. But if you just want the college, that's 4 or 5 months right there. You might as well get the yearly and then get world championships and Fargo and everything in between.
Absolutely. Cool.
Well, we mentioned that the Journeyman Fall Classic is going to be a week before Who's Number One. David, you've been hard at work putting together this year's Who's Number One. What can you tell us so far? I know announcement is supposed to be like this week, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I think, this week. We'll see.
Today or tomorrow is all that's left.
Today or tomorrow. So, but yeah, it's going to be an awesome event. Look for that announcement where we'll have that specific date and location. But hopefully that'll be out soon, and it's going to be great. I mean, you can kind of use your imagination on the ranking or on looking at the rankings to think about matchups. Not a lot of those are completely locked and set in stone, but it's going to be one that we can talk about on here, and we'll give you guys a little exclusive. That it's going to include an Iowa native that I'm excited about is a rematch of a heavyweight showdown. We got Drayshawn Ross from Fort Dodge, Iowa. He's a great Iowan, very good wrestler, number one. He's going to be taking on Kobe Merrill, who is going to be moving to Iowa at the conclusion of his senior year. He's going to be wrestling at Iowa State. So they've had a bunch of matches this spring. Haven't seen this match in folk style yet, though. And, curious to see what the mat is going to mean for this matchup. Also, it's going to be really interesting because Drayshawn Ross also plays football and has a game in like the opposite corner of the state the night before. And so that'll be, add a little drama to the situation. So that's one little sneak peek that we can let you know about. But
I love that because it's so hard to get heavyweight bouts for Who's Number One because it is football season. So is this at least the best heavyweight at Who's Number One matchup since, I don't know, we had Gable Steveson, Jordan Wood at one point, right?
We had a number one heavyweight versus number one 215 between Nick Feldman and Christian Carroll a few years ago. That was really fun. Those guys left with like stitches and just like, they left it on the line. It was awesome. The last meeting between Kobe Merrill and Drayshawn Ross had all kinds of drama at the end. These guys both, they want this win in the worst way. They want it bad. So, I expect this will be one of those heavyweight matches that we'll remember for sure.
How does this crop of heavyweights? I feel like Fargo had the top four and they were all amazing athletes. And you look at these guys, there's a reason why Drayshawn Ross is a huge football prospect too. And I'm glad he's sticking with wrestling. But how rate these amongst all the other heavyweight crops that you've seen?
The other thing that's cool, and you mentioned this crop, Fargo had the top four, but also all four of those are returners. Like, so a lot of times, you have the top four, but we'll see in college in a month. These guys are, they're all, they've gotten good quickly. They've gotten good, before, maybe a little bit ahead of schedule. So I think that's what makes this group really fun. The other guys, Bechtold and Mako are the ones they're 3 and 4 that are right outside. I think this is a heavyweight group that's pretty athletic. That's, guys that are going to have room to grow and get bigger and they're going to be coming into the college scene after this sort of mass exodus of another really great crop of heavyweights, and a bunch of those guys just graduated from the NCAA scene last year. So it's going to be a great crop.
The top concern for me with Merrill is, do our friends at Cliff Keen who make the uniforms, are they going to have enough room in the arms for this dude's guns? Because his arms get bigger every time we see him. Mm-hmm. So this is just the warning for the Cliff Keen manufacturer.
Arms, quads, legs.
Yeah. This guy, and there's no telling how big he's going to become. Who's number one? So I don't know. Maybe have tearaway sleeves for Kobe.
Oh man, that'd be pretty tough.
He just walks out.
Yeah. Cliffy always does a good job. Maybe they get some customs just to fit that man who's huge.
Yeah, big guy.
I got a quick exclusive too on the women's side. I'm pretty pumped for this matchup. Epinesa Ellison, fresh off her world silver medal at U17, is moving up to 120. 120 happens to be occupied by a young lady that made Final X, Everest Leidecker.
Oh my!
They're gonna wrestle off. She's got U17 and U20 Pan Am gold to her name. She's made a U17 world team before, and obviously just made Final X. So Leidecker versus Ellison going down at 120. That is going to be the headliner, and then more matchups will be announced shortly. Like David said, you got the boys matchups as well, and then we have the venue and the date. Well, the date. It's the weekend after that.
We gotta get Everest a new quarter zip.
She's
it is so awesome. Every time we see Everest, she's got their who's number one quarter zip
from Michigan. What was that? 2022.
2022. So we gotta get her updated.
Yeah,
we need to stock her up.
Yeah.
Because this is her last Who's Number One.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be a 4-timer. She'll be a chance to be the first girls 4-time winner.
Mm-hmm.
Knox first on the men's side.
She was the first 3-time winner.
And the first 3-time, yeah.
Yeah, that's already established. So
Also, great content creator, Everest Lidecker.
she is.
She's doing some really cool.
I don't know if she's on Instagram, but she's got TikTok. That's where the kids are.
Yeah, she previews a lot of cool women's wrestling stuff and talks about what's going on. You should just go listen.
I remember when Instagram was where the kids are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
That's
Twitter's,
for the olds.
Now
Babies having baby situation.
now think about what Twitter is.
Twitter is for the
just
moribund and decrepit, even though
The wasteland.
you guys send your questions in, and we appreciate that,
Yeah,
of course.
we indulge you.
That's what Twitter's for, really.
Yeah, it's just for me to send this tweet twice a week.
I told Christian this morning. What I want to start doing is scouring the internet, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, and finding people's wrestling takes.
Yeah.
And then we bring them up on here and we break them down.
Ooh.
So if you have like a hot wrestling take that you want me to bring up on the show,
Yeah.
Maybe tag me.
Or just find a super obscure corner of the internet. Kozak will still find your.
Yeah, he'll still find it.
He will find your wrestling
Yeah.
take.
He gonna find you.
Detective Kozak.
Yeah.
All right, well, another nice segue. We brought up Everest Lidecker. She's going to be at U20s. U20s are happening in like a couple. JD's already there in Bulgaria. He's our man in Bulgaria. So, John, can you have stuff to share about U20s maybe?
I can have stuff to share.
While he's pulling that up, speaking of that Everest Lidecker Epinesa Ellison match, Everest Lidecker, she's been to Final X. He brought that up. So, people that maybe aren't, that are uninitiated might assume, all right, well, that sounds like it's going to be a bloodbath. You got somebody that was in Final X. But the young group of women's wrestlers that's coming through is super elite. So Epinesa Ellison, I think it's going to be a great match. I don't think it's this one's winning on the senior level and Epinesa's not. I think that match is super fun. It's one of the best ones you can make.
Oh, yeah. Ellison trains at the Monster Garage with Ruben Valencia. She's Southern California, and she has been, I mean, you can tell it's people, it's wrestlers that are, they're teenage girls, but they've been in the sport. They've been putting in the hours and the work, and it shows in the mat. They are technically proficient, and they're super athletes as well. And Lidecker is at Valiant Prep, which does such a great job developing talent. There's a ton of people that are coming out of that school in Arizona. So great pedigrees with both of them as well. If you're unfamiliar.
Two girls where people are asking the question about both of them, like where do they fit in for LA 2028? Like,
yes,
people have been asking that for a while. So yeah.
Yeah, the future of women's wrestling will be on display.
Yeah, are we gonna make that the main event? You think it will be?
Oh, that's the headliner. Yeah, already talked to them.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're ready for it. That's the best thing about setting up these matches, is just seeing how eager people are to take on challenges and compete and be at the event and then showcase their skills.
Yep. It's awesome. Cool.
Yeah. And then some skills being showcased in Bulgaria, John?
Yeah, we can do a quick U20 Worlds for the men's freestyle team. I wrote an article previewing and just making my general predictions on where I felt each guy stacks up in the weight class at U20 Worlds. So we can kind of quickly go through it. And yeah, you can tell me if you disagree with any of my picks. Starting with Anthony Knox.
Disagree, gold.
I have him 5th place or a DMP. And most of it, my prediction is based off of these top 4 here. I think all can give Anthony some trouble. Rin Sakamoto, who is also the senior world team rep for Japan. This Bagirov guy is really good. Zangaladze from Georgia and Ozdemirov. All 4 of those guys, if you're looking at the brackets, all random draw. So if Knox is matched up against one of those 4 early, it's like, okay, circle that one. That's a big match. So yeah, I think Knox is good enough to place, but he's going to be right in the mix with these guys.
Those are 2 dynamite names, Zangaladze and Odzamirov.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun to say.
Yeah,
I'm optimistic about Knox. I think
good competitor, good in tournaments.
Yeah, and the way he's looked against guys like Luke Lillidahl. I know we haven't seen that match for a while, but he's beaten Luke Lillidahl multiple times. So I think I don't know. I'm optimistic here, but I do think it's a tough tough weight.
Is there a chance, Kozak, you overreacted to the Villasenor loss?
Yes.
Okay. I think there's a chance of that too.
Well, to your credit, it's very hard to get a gauge of where the U20 guys are because it's not like the international guys are competing with U.S. guys all that much and vice versa. So not so much overlap to go on.
Yeah, though there will be some of the weights as we go through where, all right, this guy's clearly proven on the senior level. He could be a guy that goes to Senior Worlds and wins a medal there. So 57 doesn't necessarily have that to the degree, but it does have some really, just by watching them, it's like, okay, this guy's an athlete. This guy's really good. So
My big question about 57 is, will Jimmy Kennedy be in Rin Sakamoto's corner holding up the sign?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see.
I hope so. Yeah. Next up, 61, Marcus Blaze. I have him winning gold.
Nice, agree.
I mean, man, we've all seen what he can do. His match against Brock Hardy is just like, man, so impressive. Right there on the senior level, and you know, I don't think there's a Ono out there in this bracket. You know, a bunch of guys that are really solid, but just by looking at past results, you know, transitive property, I don't think any of them are close to where Marcus Blaze is.
Heck yeah.
So I got him gold.
I like that's a familiar name there representing Russia, Satiev.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Visar's nephew. Is that Adam's son?
Adamson?
I know there's relation.
Or maybe just a cousin. There's probably other Satievs out
That's the
there.
guy Rainey beat last year, right?
Yes. Yep. So that's what I mean. Like, okay, Rainey beat Satiev, and we all believe that Marcus Blaze is better than Rainey. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. So continuing to go down. This one hurts for me to pick. I have Luke Stanich finishing in fifth or DNP.
Also
Wow.
disagree.
I know. And
Wow, you're going to lose your job at Lehigh,
I
by the
know.
way.
I know.
Pat Santora is going to call you in the office and say, listen, John.
Yeah.
I mean, here I'm just trying to make honest picks, you know, and not let my bias take control. So my bias says gold, but maybe my reasoning says like fifth place.
Yeah.
Your bias saying, let's go.
65. 65's tough.
Yeah. 65 tough. This Russian's really good, and then the guy from Turkey, Toprak, he's done a bunch. You can see like his accolades there, and Jan Dubayev's beat him twice.
Top rank's only one letter away from being top rank.
True.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
And for all we know, that's how you say top rank in Turkey.
It could be.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Also got
You got,
Alex Ninny's in there.
Yeah,
Alex
Rutgers.
Who?
Alex Ninny wrestles for Rutgers.
Oh, wow.
Competes for Italy.
Yeah, he was U17 world fifth a couple years ago. So he's another fun guy in the bracket to watch.
That's a classic case of like Italy to New Jersey to Italy pipeline.
Yes.
It's very common.
Yep. All right. PJ Duke, gold.
Nice.
Duke Mafia.
No bite Takayev in this one.
No bite Takayev.
Running scared?
He's actually competing right now at U23 Russian Nationals. He's too old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Che, what do you think?
Yeah. He's too old and he's too big. He's at 74 now.
Who did he say you disrespected, Che, on Twitter? I know that's your plan to disrespect as many Chechen fans.
It
as
was
possible.
either this Russian here, Kazarov, or
I think it was 74.
Kaniev. Yeah, Kaniev. Which, so I have PJ Duke finishing with gold. Elahi from Iran's really good. This Otanishvili is also really good. Both of them have beaten Americans. Elahi beat Jarrett Jacques, and Otanishvili beat Evan Henderson this year.
Dang.
And Otanishvili had a really close match with Joey McKenna as well.
Okay.
So, two guys to watch out for, but I think I favor PJ Duke up at 70. And then at 74, I got Ladarian Lockett winning gold. You got to watch out for Manwagon, though.
Yeah.
I know.
Manwagon's a guy. He's dangerous. He beat Ismail Kaniev from Russia. He beat him at U20 Euros.
He beat Melvin Miller last year at U17s. I didn't think
He's a
Manwagon-
beast.
Yeah. We were talking
Melvin's
about this.
ready to win that kind of a match now.
I think so,
He
too.
really grew up a lot, matured physically.
This has got to be the best German freestyler since Horse Slayer.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're great names,
It'd be
too.
kind of cool if
Manwagon
Germany
and-
got good.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. More competitive. You don't
Not
have
good.
You don't have to be like Iran or even Japan level, but yeah, how about throwing some
Like an Azerbaijan type of.
yeah.
Dude, that would be insane if they got that good.
The bummer about Manwagon is that he is really good, but his style is not that fun.
No,
Kinda
he's a holder.
Yeah,
Kind of shut you down.
but he's good at it.
But I think Ladarian is the best guy in the bracket. Yeah, DJ.
As all of his close friends call him.
Yeah. And but yeah, the Russian, the German, two guys to watch out for. And then 79, Will Henkel. I think we all agree, dude, he looks awesome. But this 79 bracket is really, really good. So you got Yusefi, who he's beaten Gam Krledze, beat Yergash, Vloev,
Budinov.
yeah, and so he's a guy. I think I have him ranked like 10th or 11th in the world at 79. So he's top dog. This guy from Turkmenistan, Beganjov, he beat Zach Ryder last year, and then Amit beat Beganjov. So there's like 3 guys here that I think can give Will Henkel some trouble.
How about LJ Arjo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nebraska's, also Brazil's.
Yeah.
Great North Dakotan from Brazil.
Brazil to North Dakota pipeline still going strong.
We've seen that.
They love pipelines in North
I
Dakota.
was about to say there's a lot of pipelines there.
Beganjov is tough and not frustrating, but it's like a little scary that Turkmenistan, he's usually bottom of the barrel of the ex-Soviet countries, and if they start producing tough guys, it's another group.
I dig it.
Yeah. This guy, Kiran Gardegi from Japan, he's an Iranian that has he grew up in Japan, but his dad's from Iran. He's number 2 on Japan's
so interesting.
senior ladder. Yeah. Which that's their 97, the guy that beat Kyle Snyder. His dad's Iranian. His first name is Arash, which is an Iranian.
Oh, but his last name's like
Yoshida.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he took his mom's last name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that helps. And that's interesting. Okay.
It's like a
Finishing silver, the Iranian Rahmani, the guy to beat. He's number 2 on Iran's ladder at 86 seniors. He won the top
Behind Gazimpor?
Behind Gazimpor, which was at 88 kilos. So kind of gave Gazimpor a little bit of help there.
Extra 4.4.
But Rahmani, he's a beast. I think right now it might be a little bit too much for McAnally to handle.
Okay.
Mirasola, I have bronze. Really deep weight class between Jafar Ali, who he lost to last year for bronze, and then this guy from Uzbekistan, Poyanov. He beat Kruglev earlier this year. So deep field, he might be the guy to beat too.
Gaji Batirov.
Yeah, he hasn't wrestled anywhere else but like their Russian nationals U20, but they got Euro gold.
Okay.
So, kind of messed them up. So Connor Mirasola, I have him bronze, but I mean he very well make the finals, or he could not place again. It'll be a good test to see how much progress he's made since last year. Being in Penn State's room a full year, be fun to watch. And then Rademacher took bronze last year. I have him finishing silver this year. This Irfan Alizada from Iran is the guy to beat. He's beaten Sakulov on the senior level, beat Magomed Nurov, they're both senior world medalists. So Alizada he's really, really tough.
Very good.
And then Little Petrashvili, Geno's little brother.
Constantine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
He looks exactly like Geno.
Was he was U17 last year, right?
U17 world gold.
Yeah, and now he's 20. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But I guess he's still only 17. He doesn't turn 18 until later this year.
Really?
Super young. Gonna be a heavyweight eventually.
Yeah.
Wrestles just like Geno. He won.
So better than Zare.
So better than Zari. Yeah. He won Euros. You said U20 Euros earlier this year. So
That's pretty crazy for a 17-year-old.
Yeah, he's good. I think he
Only 7.
I don't think he has the power to match up with Rademacher yet. I think Rademacher would still beat him.
Yeah, Rademacher is a specimen type of dude. When you see him off the mat, interviewing him, dang,
Yeah.
dude's tough.
And then Cole, I also have finishing bronze. I felt it was only equal for his brother and himself to both be bronze.
Let's go Mirasolas. Prove Kozak wrong.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, if you're buying them Christmas presents, you got to get them they got to be equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to be equal.
Yeah.
So
No, Cole needs bigger shirts now.
True.
It would seem.
yeah, the Russian Gagloev, I think he's the guy to beat in this bracket, and Dursanov is kind of a big athletic guy, but the Iranian, he was U17 world bronze in the bracket that Mako won last year. He lost to this guy from Kazakhstan, Kasimбек, who Mako rolled up last year in the finals. So, kind of gives you comparison.
So you got 8 medals here, huh?
I have 8 medals, which that feels like
Yeah, you did too much.
I feel like I may have done too much, but they got 9 last year.
Yeah.
And a lot of the same guys are back, right?
So close to 10. I mean, really, 9 and a fifth. I mean, almost had 10.
Barely another bronze.
I think we should just get 10.
Yeah.
What does CP? You remember a lot of the older or the U20 teams from past. What do you think this stacks up? I mean, last year there was talk of the best U20 team ever, but there's been some awesome.
Yeah, there were years where you had Gable, Mark Hall, Dayton Fix all on a team, and Zahid in there. This feels like it could be on that level, if not more so. I mean, there's 10 weights. Some of those teams didn't have 10 because of the weight changes. I think this team absolutely has the potential, especially from a retrospective point of view, where we look back and be like, wow, PJ, Marcus, D, all in the same team. Knox, I think, is going to be a college superstar for sure. Yeah, I think it has the potential.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be a fun tournament. Men's freestyle starts us off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what day does that start? That's
Sunday.
This weekend. Yeah.
Right? Is it Sunday or Monday?
Sunday. It starts Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this does feel, I'm like thinking through the lineup, and I mean, every single guy on this team seems like going to be an All-American for sure. Like, no doubt. Maybe all of them win title. Like, it's just, yeah. No, it doesn't seem like we had a bust in the mix here.
Very salty squad.
Very.
So it gets started with 70, 74, 97, and heavyweight.
Duke, DJ, D Lockett. Just kidding. That's just what Spay accidentally called him one time.
Yeah,
we just bring that up sometimes.
I put a typo in a graphic and I put it out there, and the reason it was so funny is because it said DJ Lockett's obviously wrong. It's just D or Darian, and then somebody in the comment. So then in the comments, someone's like, "You idiot! It's not DJ. It's Ladarian or whatever." And someone responds to that. Some nice misinformed person goes, "No, he goes by DJ sometimes. Don't be so quick to judge." I was like, I like that guy, even though I just screwed up. So then everybody likes to remind me of the mess up. So yeah, thanks for that.
It just flows.
It really does. It really does kind of flow.
Yeah, it works. It's not his name, but you know what? Maybe
But we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him
every
that.
now and again we're gonna call him DJ.
Ladarian DJ Lockett.
Yeah.
Yeah, So it started with PJ Duke, DJ Lockett,
Justin
Rademacher, yeah, and then Cole Mirasola. Could be a really good start. And then
Yeah.
And that's Sunday early morning
That's Sunday early morning. So
for us
Eastern, I think.
Americans.
10 a.m. Sofia, Bulgaria time, which we all know is
3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Eastern.
So
golly.
That's
2 a.m.
a.m.
2 a.m. Central.
it's 2 a.m. I must be lonely.
I said, baby.
It's gonna be hard.
Dude, we were at I don't know how this came up. It's Shane Sparks, so there's no telling. He was in rare freaking form at the coaches convention, especially one night.
Love it.
But one time, I forget, something Matchbox 20 came up. He's like, Rob Thomas, man. He's like, you know what? And then he tells this whole long story about how one of the best shows, because, Shane has seen kind of everyone.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
one of the best shows I've ever seen, Rob Thomas. I was talking with my girlfriend about it, and we looked it up. I'm like, what's Rob Thomas up to? He's like, oh, he's in Atlanta tomorrow night. He's like, he's in Jacksonville Friday. And so we're going. So we went and saw, after the convention, he went and saw Rob Thomas. I'm sure he had a great time. I haven't followed up.
yeah.
We were texting, but I didn't follow up on Rob Thomas. But just a free plug to Rob.
Yeah.
You don't pay a dime for this pub, but Shane's a friend.
Yeah, and now Rob Thomas is also a friend of the show.
Now he's a friend of the show, Rob Thomas. Yeah. I like to, here at FRL, we like to, be a little wind at people's back. So if we can help an upstart like Rob Thomas,
Yeah.
makes makes us very
A
happy.
fellow peer in the biz.
Exactly. One showbiz man to another.
Well, I got something to bring up before we get to questions.
Oh, okay.
And that's our friends at Athlete PS.
Oh,
Let's go.
baby.
Now's the time. Okay, still you got that bookmark. So remember your bookmark. You're going to go to Athlete
Hold the
PS.
shoe.
As soon as the show's over, you're going to pull over your car and go right to Athlete PS because you should know that getting
On
to
your
the
four ways.
That's right. Getting to the top of the podium is tough, and staying on the top is even tougher. The Nike Inflict 3 has been the most popular shoe in college wrestling. Oh, wait, this isn't the 3. But after years in the lab, the all-new Nike Inflict 4,
I'll hold it up.
now we go, is available. When? Now. Lightweight, durable, and with a match-ready feel. The first time you lace them up, the best shoe in the game is now even better. We got 8 colorways. Get the all-new Inflict 4 at athleteps.com. Kozak's got it right there.
Wait, is it colorways or colorways?
It is both. It is whatever you're in the mood for saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's so many nice, clean colorways.
I saw a lot of those in the wild in Fargo, and they were looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, kids are flocking to them for good reason. They look cool. I'm gonna get a pair and, like I said, just wear them around.
Yeah, they're gonna be your beach wear. You should try these on the trail because you love the trail.
I'm a trailman.
You are, of all the people here, you're the most outdoors oriented.
When it comes to trails, and
Because he camps, but that's infrequent.
Yeah.
Not even once a month. You are every day grinding on the trail.
I'm trying to get on that trail as much as possible. Especially, I live near the one around like the downtown lake now, which is mostly boardwalk. So it's not really roughing it. It's like the glamping equivalent of a trail.
It's true. And plus, you got me because the last time I camped, we had to leave in the middle of the night for a puke incident. So, I didn't even make it all night.
Classic Ray family.
Was that the time was that the same incident where that one kid you found
Yes.
the kid crying?
That was wild.
His girlfriend broke up with him?
Yeah, but the kid had a deep voice. I thought it was a grown man. And no,
It was like Dwight Schrute crying at Schrute Farm.
literally like wailing in the darkness, just in the forest. And I'm like, man, is somebody okay? And I went over.
You got some wolves out tonight? What's the deal?
He had a deep voice. He was like, oh. Like, what the heck? I went out in the woods, found this guy against a tree. Thought it was a man. He was like 6'3". And
There was no man. That was a little boy.
a young man named Gabe. His girlfriend broke up with him. She did it with a text. A text. I said, Gabe, you need a sparkling water. Come to my camp. We gave him a sparkling water. Cheered him right up.
There you
All
go.
right. Good Samaritan.
Kept up with Gabe since?
No.
Didn't get the digits.
Nah, I didn't want to disappoint him via text like his girlfriend.
All right. Well, it's
I mean, if he's 6'3" and only 16 years old, he's gonna be fine.
He's gonna be just fine.
He's gonna be just fine. We know Gabe.
all right, John. You got questions?
Sure, I can.
He's
pull
got
one.
some answers.
Let's go.
All right, first question from Matt Moran. Plus minus 5 senior world medals this year. Who's sitting in Final X next year?
Yes. 5. I think we get 5 over 5.
Who do we get? Go through.
Spencer Wyatt.
Spencer Wyatt.
You
went. You're going Snake. You're
I'm kind of going who
Start in the end and work your
Yo-yo
way to the
draft.
middle.
Spencer Wyatt, David, Trent. Feel great about
Like that.
Zahid,
okay.
and probably my next likely.
Jax.
I'll say Jax.
Kyle Snyder.
Jax, then Snyder.
Okay.
Snyder, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if this weight's really good.
Yeah.
We need Saj Live to not be
is
in
good.
the country.
Schedule. Yeah, he might be banned from the Schengen. Or what is it?
Schengen.
Schengen?
Yeah, no Schengen for you, Sadie.
What's Schengen mean?
That's the collection. It's mostly the EU and a couple other countries that
allowed
have
anymore.
visa reciprocity. So if you get into one country, you don't need another
Yeah.
visa for the others.
Dang it. So anyway, that's what I think it'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so all those people would be sitting in Final X
Yeah.
Okay. So plus 5.
plus 5.
Okay. Curbside profit. Why hasn't the U.S. gotten any world's senior or age level tournaments? Are cities not putting in or are we not getting selected?
I think it's sort of a challenge. You need to be someplace where everyone can kind of get in. And right now, it's not easy for everyone to get in everywhere. That's why, you know, Worlds were in Albania, they're in Croatia. That's part of the dynamic. Now, I do think they are looking at and hoping to. I know that they want World Championships in America. That's something that they want to make happen. We want it, obviously. USA Wrestling wants it. I think UWW would love it. It's just a little more complicated than they don't just sit back and say, oh, we want to go to this place over this place. There's a lot of factors involved, and you can't have a championships if you can't get everyone in the country. So,
and then I think it's a tough financial equation. It's tough for a lot of the cities. You know, the fact that they're in Eastern Europe a lot, it's because those cities have a budget for events.
Yeah.
That the mayors can just spend. It's a different form of government, and they can say, hey, we're going to host this, even if it's not a big wrestling hotbed, even though whatever, they know it's going to bring people in, and they're going to stay in hotels. So they just, you know, it's not just wrestling. They go after every Olympic sport. And to do that in the U.S., a lot of time the stakeholders are saying, well, you know, what's my return here? We got to host other things or whatever. We're not going to meet the requirements to make it worth our while.
Yeah.
One thing I learned on the tour at the Olympic Training Center is that the U.S. is one of the few, if not only, countries where the Olympic sports are not government funded. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, it's like if you're thinking about something that's funded by the government, that's likely connected to the other things that are funded by the government, such as cities. And,
Yeah.
you know,
and these other countries, they don't have Doge. They don't have all these slashes to these kind of programs.
Yep.
So, yeah, they just straight up fund it from whatever tax dollars they got.
Yeah. Kozak's looking at the candidates here.
Yeah, you can say.
So do you have a
This is 2026.
2026?
So candidates, Las Vegas is a candidate for both U20s Worlds and U23 Worlds
Next year
in 2026.
And it's thought there's a good chance that 2027 World Championships senior level Las Vegas.
Those I thought they were listed as Las Vegas on the site at some point. Is that not true? No.
No, at one
candidates,
point,
I think.
at one point, Las Vegas was the only. Let me check 2027 here. At one point, Las Vegas was the only candidate for. Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
For senior worlds.
Yeah.
And the same reason that UFC and boxing fights and whatnot and other events always go to Las Vegas is that those venues are pretty much subsidized by the casinos. And so it's much more economical to host events in Las Vegas. You can get the venue for cheaper than you would otherwise because the casinos just want people in the door.
Look where seniors are. The candidates are for next year. I know
It's Slovakia and it's Bahrain.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Well, yeah, we were looking at Bahrainian flights. Actually, we booked travel already.
We're just going on vacation there.
Yeah, we booked a couple flights for a couple date ranges.
Manama.
So yeah,
Manamana.
Bahrain.
Manamana.
Yeah. So I'm bringing my family to Croatia. I'm not sure about Bahrain or Slovakia.
Bring all my daughters to Bahrain.
Yeah.
Bahrain, from what I understand, I have a friend that lived in Saudi Arabia for a little bit, and he would go to Bahrain every time he had like a weekend. He was teaching English.
Okay.
At like a what do they call that? Oil
School. Oh,
Yeah, he was teaching at a
What do you call
school,
them? Where the kids and like
the oil plant, and they have workers from all over, and they need English instruction. So he was there, but he said he would go to Bahrain all the time for on the weekends because it was a much more Western friendly and like chill type.
You worked in an oil plant?
No, adjacent to one in a school.
You did?
No, my friend.
Oh, where was he teaching you English though?
He wasn't teaching me.
Oh,
I know English.
He was teaching English.
He was teaching like English.
I just don't understand why Spade went to Bahrain to learn English.
yeah. It's
It's a long story. We don't have time for the whole background on that
road less
one.
traveled. You know.
Yeah. And that made all the difference for Spade.
So I think my point is I think Bahrain would be fine for anybody to take the
Be
family.
fine for my daughters.
I think your daughters would thrive in Bahrain.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it'd be a very, of the places to get to, it's got to be one of the cheapest places to fly to. Got to be a lot easier than flying to Detroit again.
Yeah, right. All right, Cradle Zone. Thoughts on Oklahoma this season?
So, I mean,
Toledo season.
they brought in a lot of talent, right? They've got, the portal they got Wells, They had Barrick Jordan coming out of red shirt. They've got Hippolito came in, Peyton Keller, Brian Soldano. So they have a lot of new faces. You know, and they got to figure out what works for all those guys. But you know, I think there's reason for excitement, and they've got. You can't say this team doesn't have talent, right? How do they produce is a question, and you know, not unfamiliar territory for Oklahoma, but hopefully they can put a solid season together.
Yeah. I think everybody wants a classic blue blood, a school that's got the history, that's got national championships. Going back to the 80s, I think you have to go, though, to be competitive again. And not that they haven't put together some good seasons here and there and had some great wrestlers, but to get into that top 10 conversation would be certainly a great achievement from
Certainly.
Ish. Yeah.
Really tough dual team. I mean, if you're looking at
Yeah.
a team that could maybe surprise some people in duels, really like not an easy out at any weight.
Yep.
So be a fun team to watch. Also, shout out to Cradle Zone, new in the content game.
All right.
I think he's only in high school.
Dang.
Big Oklahoma fan. He's been doing a lot of
Let's go, Cradle Zone.
lot of interviews, putting them up. So
Get in the zone, the Cradle Zone.
yeah. So keep it up, Cradle Zone.
Sweet.
All right. Next question by Randall. What are the most discussed FRL topics not related to wrestling? I would say food is number one.
I think Randall's right. I would say it's probably food related.
Yeah.
We had a great Thanksgiving debate that's kind of recurring, especially. That's one of Ben and I's biggest feuds.
Yeah.
He hates Thanksgiving food. To me, it's always time for Thanksgiving food.
Old school who's number one, the show heads will remember Bray just trashing all of the wonderful side dishes that my family would enjoy.
Yeah, well,
You said stuffing was soup, I think. So that was
you said
that was a fair point of contention for me.
It's something.
You hear Nick?
No.
Have you heard Nikki? Nikki's given some good ones. He said donk toss.
yeah.
Also Dr. Do.
Dr. Do, we hit the zip line beat a little bit.
Oh, another who's number one exclusive. Donk Toss might be coming to who's number one. Possibly.
I don't know. I
don't wanna hype
think
that
that
too
deal's
much?
going to blow up.
Yeah, that might be a
Oh,
little
you
bit
think
out of our
you
budget.
think Nikki's not providing any value for our end?
Not enough value on our end. Nikki's, instead of thanking us, it's like, oh, I'll do you a favor. It's like, well, no, actually,
Yeah.
we're launching your brand in front of a global audience.
I'm sorry to bring it back to Bahrain, but I like this comment from Andrew Kennedy in the chat. He said, Spade dresses like a Bahrainian. That is a compliment, by the way.
For
100%.
sure. This is very cosmopolitan.
I would, but don't they wear the traditional dresses or the outfits more that are more?
That doesn't seem very Western to me.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe he's thinking Bahamian
Oh,
instead of Bahrainian. I don't know.
maybe that's just a typo, and they're going to be in the Bahamas.
Whoops, just a couple
Worlds in
letters off.
Bahamas.
Adam Rush said aliens used to be a big topic.
Aliens. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a whole
Avril
segment. The
Lavigne,
alien
Britney.
hour. That coward Kyle Brackey. I always call him that, even though because that's what Ben always called him. But Kyle came on every time I've invited him. I just haven't invited him. But also Kyle's like he's got a real job now.
Yeah.
So he can't be he represents a university.
He's not objective in the
he wears-
slightest. He never liked being objective, but now he's not. There's no chance.
He's wearing pants. This guy never wore pants. It was
Yeah.
just shorts every day, 12 months of the year.
Now he's a pants man.
Now he's a pants man. Buttons on all his shirts.
Whatever happened to him?
He was just doing dunks on 6-foot
Oh
basketball
my gosh.
hoops.
Absolute freak athlete. I'll say that. Kyle Brackey, freak athlete. No doubt about that.
And ate the most chicken tenders and junk food only, and non-diet like Dr. Pepper, Mountain
Coke.
Dew.
Loved Coke.
Yeah, not
Coca-Cola. He lives clean.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you clarifying that.
And but yeah, still could run the spike ball court no matter what.
Yeah.
Shouts to Kyle.
Yeah.
All right. Salty walk on. Great
question asker.
Asker. Gentlemen, Taylor Swift just announced her new album will drop October 3rd. It's a day one purchase for this FRL listener. I'm wondering what albums you remember waiting for with great anticipation. And then P.S. How you been, Spade?
Oh, good. How are you doing, Salty?
He can't answer.
For the Space Jam soundtrack, that was one I was really excited.
Really?
Oh yeah, I landed that thing right off the bat. Boom.
I wonder what it would be for me. I don't really know.
It's probably like Newsboys for me.
Newsboys were so big.
I was always looking for the newest Weird Al back in the middle school.
Oh yeah, Weird Al's got some
I always think about the albums I couldn't get and wasn't allowed.
Oh,
Naughty by nature.
And I got in trouble. I got in trouble in high school for having a Rage Against the Machine CD.
but then you listen to Rage Against the Machine. You're like, well, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah. That's what I told Mom. I was like, Mom, let me put on.
Hold on, let me answer you with the lyrics of Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah. She just didn't get it.
No.
Yeah. I don't know what that would be for me.
There's
My Freaks on the Floor. It's a new song. Kozak heard it, but not.
There's a new album by Mammoth coming out soon. That's Eddie Van Halen's kid. I highly recommend it to everybody. Hard rock fans will enjoy.
Okay. Cool. Good question. So,
Also, if you have Spotify, I mean, not a plug for Spotify. I know that people have some opinions about them or Apple, iTunes, whatever, but you don't have to buy albums anymore. It just shows up in your phone.
listen.
Yeah, like Metallica, cool, and that's it. So
That's Spay explaining.
subscription music services, not bad.
Oh, hold on. Let me get this straight.
Hold on. Back up, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, like you just push this button, and now now I got Spotify on my phone.
We need you to do a demo.
Pre-save upcoming releases. They got a whole section here. There's Mammoth. It's called The End.
All right.
Car. You can just drive right up to this little.
What?
You just tell them what you want. You drive up a little further, they give it to you.
This is crazy.
So
Learning
anyway.
a lot.
Okay. Cody Pevlar wants to know, is transfer season done until after March?
Sort of.
I mean,
You can always roll up.
let's see who shows up the first day of classes, and then
Yeah.
then we'll know.
Maybe I have to be there first day.
Yeah, true.
That's just the syllabus.
Usually
day.
the ad drop is what? Let's circle back after Labor Day.
Yeah. So sort of done.
Okay. On weight cutting being a more limited endeavor in the meta of like how to be competitive in the sport versus prior.
Yes.
Feels like the at all costs has receded versus, I don't know, before broadly it's been gradual.
Is this a speech to text?
100%. Good speech to text, Roman. This is a good question. I think it is way more limited. I just think people understand it way better. There's just a lot more science. I think just the realization that these dumb weight cuts are counterproductive to your actual. The whole point of cutting weight was to win, and now that people sort of realize it doesn't help you win, I think people are a lot smarter about it. Still think there is a ton of weight cutting. I think there's plenty of examples of probably less than healthy, especially at the youth. I think in the elite college international, it's like way smarter than it's ever been. I still think in the high school and youth levels, you still see some of the more archaic beliefs, but limited, yes. And I'm down with those current vibes, Roman.
Yeah, vibes are good on that. I think it's great. Like you go to these top D1 colleges, and it's for all sports, but they have nutritionists. They have the food. I mean, it's light years beyond what you could imagine, or back when I was going to a D3 school, it was like, what, nutritionist? You need a D hall. And then in high school, I think you see more and more high-profile guys saying like, no, I want to move up, I want to challenge, I'm growing, I'm not worried about weight. Yeah. Whereas back in the old days, it was like everybody wore like cutting weight as a badge of honor, and you're walking through classes spitting in a cup, which is a huge waste of time. But it's like, I have to cut weight because of a tough wrestler, and that vibe is past.
I think at big tournaments like high school tournaments like Super 32 and Fargo, you still see a large number of kids cutting a lot of weight and not probably doing it the best ways. But that top tier of athletes, the best ones, they're not prioritizing that in the same way. So I think it's that mindset is shifting at the top, and then hopefully we'll trickle down more broadly. But I think you still do see quite a bit of it out there. It's just the guys that are in the know are I think shying away from that a little bit.
Cool. Next question.
Good question.
This is a YouTube chat impromptu question from Adam Rush. If you're Okie State, do you use one of these 5 dates against Caliendo in the Iowa duel? And then there was a response to that. Is D wrestling this year? No red shirt? What do we think?
If I had to guess, I would guess D goes right away.
Just full stop. Start.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Okay.
David,
if he wasn't going, I would definitely use Iowa still as a date.
So the way I would say it is like, if he's not going against Iowa, David has already determined he's not their best option at 165. That's the only reason he would not wrestle against Iowa. So if he's their best guy, I just don't see them not using him. He wants to go. He's been talking about winning NCAAs this year for a couple of years now. Yeah, so if he's their best guy, he's going to wrestle. I think it's...
Will the National Duels Invitational count as 1 date or 2 dates?
I think it's 1, but I don't know.
That'd be the first one I would use.
You'd seen all Pirate to weigh in, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 because guys have done that before, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. Next question. When can we expect Ben back on the show?
That would be awesome. He's back home again, and I just don't want to ask him. Obviously I can't wait for that day, but I don't know. It'll happen. It'll definitely happen.
I'm sure Ben will want to do everything just ahead of schedule and all of he pushes it like that.
Absolutely. So yeah, we want to do it. I'm sure he wants to do it, but we'll wait. It'll be worth it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that he's letting people in, showing his recovery and showing videos and stuff. But you can just see how he is making a lot of progress, quickly. Where walking and even his appearance, he just looks more.
It's just his color is good. Yeah, his face just looks. Yeah, I mean it's amazing. Yeah, it has been cool because Ben's been on our Sunday school prayer list for before people knew who it really was. They're like, oh, now they're coming. I saw his update. He looks great. He's doing us. So he's definitely motivating, inspiring a lot of people, and even people that maybe didn't know who he was before. So, and I know that's why he does it.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Brady Stafford asks, who's going to win 125 kilos this year, and why is it going to be Munkter?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mukhtar.
I'm just calling that crazy, Brady.
Okay.
I don't think Mukhtar is going to win. I'll no offense to Mukhtar and the Mongolian Federation. That's a great team to follow. One of my favorite non-American federations and countries. But no.
If that happens, it's going to be just
Niche.
Yes, that's a niche.
It'll be one of the most boring. And if that happens, that'll be one of the most boring.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You got Mukhtar versus Dang in the finals. Boo.
Yeah.
I think Wyatt Hendrickson's the only one that can make Munkter exciting.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna be flying in the air.
All right. Avery Lynch. Any updates? This is all caps. Any updates on Sion Food Spot? Are the viewers getting any type of deals?
If you get to Dripping Springs Shipley Donuts, Sion will hook it up. Now, how much? I don't know. But I think
get free glazed donut, I believe.
What is this? Is it free glaze summer?
yeah.
Yep.
So you go there.
Free.
Listen, and if he doesn't cut you a deal, if you actually go to the Dripping Springs Shipley's, you can prove that, and you don't get a discount, I'll cover you up to $10.
You get a free $10.
I mean, I don't want you to eat $20 worth of donuts. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
That would be irresponsible of me.
I also like calling it Sion Food Spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, hey, Sion, how Food Spot?
Yeah.
I think the last Sion Food Spot update I heard was that he wants to now institute a policy where he no longer hires anybody over the age of 25 because he finds them to be unreliable employees.
Well, yeah, he was at the convention. He's like talking about, he's like, man, God, make some hires. He's like, all the high schoolers are going back to school. He's like, oh, those are your best employees, the high school kids. He's like, these 30-year-olds in here, no ambition. That's what he said.
I mean,
If you're 30
He told me some crazy stories. It's kind of, yeah.
and you're in Sion Food Spot for a living, yikes.
there probably is something to that, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%. That makes total sense.
It's easy to, I worked in food service. It's easy to be motivated when you're heading to college in a couple months.
Yeah.
All right. Another question from Avery. Speaking of AJ Ferrari diet, how do you like your steaks cook? I'll go first. Medium plus. Is that medium well?
I guess, yeah. Medium
plus.
rare.
I like a medium rare.
Medium rare is perfect. And my favorite steak is when I get mine medium rare and it comes out, and then Tyler orders his medium rare and it's totally poorly cooked. That's happened to him multiple times when we get steak at the same time, and then his is always like undercooked or fried.
I go by medium. That way it has no danger of being like burnt or undercooked. And that way I'm fine if it's medium well, great. If it's a little bit more cooked, I'm still fine with that. So just do a medium.
Honestly, medium rare these days, you do get some like, it looks like grape jelly in there.
Yeah, some real bloody.
Let's get a little more fire involved.
Yeah. So I want to make it so it's harder for the chefs to mess up. Maybe if I go to a really nice place.
If you go to a nice place, you can trust them on the medium rare.
But if this is just like
Texas
your
Roadhouse.
average, yeah, I'll probably just go medium.
Cool.
Okay. I think this is the last question we have from Mystic Matt. Who you got, Hamzat or Drickus?
Dricus Duplessis. I've got Hamzat, Caleb Piles. We got the UFC 5 game, and now it has turned Caleb Piles into a huge, huge UFC. He always liked it. Like the last year, he came into like starting to like it. Now he's like asking me. He knows already more than me. He knows all the fighters on this card.
Oh, he just did the deep dive.
Yeah, he had us do like the first fight on the card. It was these two, like I already forgot their names. But he's super into this. He thinks Dricus is going to win. I think Hamzat. This is crazy when Hamzat locks up with him.
He starts twirling
And just
around like a little.
he's grabs Daniel. Look at this.
like you would do to your child.
Yeah, that's like
Swing him
this is
around.
what I do to Caleb when he gets mouthy.
Ready?
Whee!
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of power. How did this guy make 170 ever? Look at DC, like this guy.
Whoa.
Hey, yeah. Well, I like that he's hanging out with DC. I'm a big DC fan, so
Oh yeah.
if Cormier's down with Hamzat, then I'll pick Hamzat. But Dricus seems fine too. I don't know. I can't get to the Caleb Piles level of MMA fandom, but it's fun to watch. Isn't it Pico's
Yeah.
UFC debut as well?
Caleb says that's not going to go well. I said you don't even know what you're talking about.
The Matador.
And then he tried to say that Pico was like old. I was like, he is not old. Like, he's still very new in learning MMA.
Him calling Pico old, and you're just like, all right, 1 foot in the grave when you do that. Like,
You see the caption on that? You can see what Cormier is saying. He's like, "That's the first time somebody picked me up like that. What was that?"
Wow.
what was that? And the guy in the background is this big grin.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it.
I think Drake is going. Oh, we have that one question. We have a marketer.
What's this?
His name's Ryan.
Oh, Galupi.
Yeah, Galupi.
Oh,
So he wants us to do a whole entire multi-year long content segment about his.
I always want content about them. Yeah, do a vlog.
Which I was like, yeah, that's a great investment. 3 years of documenting Ryan Galuppi's. But anyways, his premise was he was at the meeting with USA Wrestling, and then he got to talking to Sam Barber, who's not with USA Wrestling, Air Force head coach, great guy. And he wanted to know, because Ollie, our guy, your friend, Oliver Stone, and mine, was there, and he wanted to know how long would it take me to not get pinned by Ollie. And so Sam's like, well, how long you been wrestling, Ollie? And Ollie wrestled a long time. He was a good New York wrestler, like all counties, which is like a big deal. That means nothing in Virginia, but in New York, Long Island, that means something. So he's good. And he told him 6 years to not get pinned by.
Yeah, we don't have time for a 6-year documentary.
Yeah. But do you think that's right? Do you think it would take 6 years to not get pinned by Ollie? Which, let's just think of a good high school wrestler. 6 years for a brand new guy, reasonable, let's just call him right down the middle, athleticism, similar size. 6 years, I think that's long.
I think and he's bigger than Ollie. But
Not bigger,
taller.
but taller. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's more powerful or whatever, but the height advantage, I think, helps. I think if you just, you're saying not get pinned, not like score a point or score a takedown,
If
not
he
get
had
pinned.
a year of intense, if he practiced every day for a year, I don't think he's getting pinned by Ollie.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Especially if he's just focused on the element of not giving up the pin.
Right. That's what I'm saying is like, what, you can get stalled out. That's not getting pinned.
If it was just rolling up to a wrestling club and doing just whatever they're working on, maybe then it takes a little longer.
He's got a don't get pinned coach.
But if he's got a don't get pinned coach, I think
That's where I come in.
Or if he just enlists in the Air Force and he's under the tutelage of Sam Barber, I think he's going to accelerate that.
Maybe Sam was just trying to get Ryan to join the Air Force.
Could have been. It's a good recruiting
He was
strategy.
just working his own angle. Yeah, I think in a year, if that's like if like you really dedicate yourself, he could do it.
I want to know: is he allowed to wrestle Ollie at all during that year? Because I think it matters. The feel, if you're wrestling
That's true.
same person, or if it's just like fresh off. This is Ollie, first time you ever feel him.
So like every 2 weeks they'll have a meeting. It's like, can you pin him yet?
If it's that, then it's quicker. It accelerates.
Yes, it does.
The pin is a high bar. To beat Ollie, that's going to take a really long time.
And that's never the question.
But the pin is that's a high bar that you got to maintain for 6 years. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing is if we followed him for like 2 years and then he just gets pinned.
And then
That would be the best outcome.
puts all
for
this
it.
work.
Ollie just snaps him down, runs behind, hammerlock pin.
we have 2 seasons of the Galupia Stone Challenge, and it's like 20 episodes a season, and
Yeah.
you get to the Grand Series finale. We're finally gonna see if all this hard work paid off. It's like done.
Snap down, chin and arm.
Yeah,
That'd be the best conclusion.
yeah. And speaking of our marketing friends, we should probably really quickly mention that they were also talking about Next Gen down there.
Oh yeah, put up that lower third. Look at Nikki had it ready.
He's been waiting this whole show.
I can't believe that. This is the biggest shock of the show is that Nikki had that lower third ready. He's been on conference calls with Dong Toss corporate, the whole thing. The light went out, and he sent Greg in here
Yeah,
to
couldn't be
fix
troubled.
it. But he somehow had this ready. Continue, Spay.
Oh, well, it's the future of wrestling, as it says right there. There's a QR code, and David, you were pumped for that QR code to be.
Yeah,
up
go
there.
ahead. Scan that QR code. You can get a sneak peek behind the scenes. And then a lot of these features are going to roll out September 1.
Yeah.
Some of you are already seeing the new brackets and the new event hub, but there's a lot more to come September 1 and then even more October 1. So it's awesome. It's a great investment from Flow to
Yeah.
just reimagine the brackets, try to make them extremely fan friendly, and get you something that you really want to look at. It's cool. We've had designers on this from ESPN and trying to kind of get wrestling as a sport to have the standard of sports coverage and just platforms that you get to enjoy if you're looking on ESPN at NFL Sunday Scores, things like that. So.
Yeah, and this is a topic that has come up, and we've heard fans and people in the community bring it up before. That track wrestling is still the same thing it's been for a while.
Yeah.
Flow Arena has been the same thing for a while. They want to know, how are we investing in the sport? What is Flow doing, to move the sport forward? And we're always trying and thinking and hoping to do that. And here's some real tangible results now, where you'll be able to see another evolution of bracketing, and more features are going to be rolled out all the time. It's going to be good.
9-1 will be best in class for the sport and only going to get better from there. Very excited. Great offering.
All the features that you want from the past will still be there. Hopefully some new nice ones.
Free text alerts.
That's a big one for sure. And then you can bring in, Kozak's got a little sneak preview as well from old brackets. These are last year's U20s. You can see, we'll highlight all the guys. If you're following, it'll show you the path everybody's taken. If you click on each match itself, it shows a window pops up that shows you the
And you
score.
can watch the archive on applicable, depending if it's a tournament we had live stream. So very, very cool. Awesome stuff.
Excited for that.
Good reminder. Is that it? It's 11:36. Oh,
snap.
Dude. Freaking Nikki's going to bill us time and a half for the 6-minute overage. Watch. I'm going to get an earful from the brass about this. So we better go.
All over us.
Play the song, Nikki. You can get time and a half for the extra 6 minutes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to be back on Monday. Cannot wait for that. Thanks so much for tuning in. It really means a lot. The support you guys are showing us. Show support. Like and subscribe the channel. Like and subscribe the podcast. Go to athleteps.com. Those are some ways you can help support this show and Flow Wrestling, Flow Sports. Thanks so much. We will see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.